Hello everyone, today we are going to do a new topic, microbes in production of biogas, biocontrol agents and fertilizers. This is very important topic in your chapter microbes in human welfare in class 12th biology. Microbes in production of biogas. Now what is biogas? Biogas is a mixture of gases, predominantly contains methane. It is produced by the microbial activity and this biogas may be used as fuel. As we have learned that microbes produces different types of gases and products during their growth and metabolism. The type of gases and produced depends upon the microbes and the organic substrate they utilize. कौन सा गैसियस प्रोडक्ट बनेगा ये किस पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप कौन सा माइक्रोब यूज़ करते हो और कौन सा वो माइक्रोब ऑर्गेनिक सबस्ट्रेट को यूटिलाइज कर रहा है. फॉर एग्जांपल इन fermentation of dough, cheese making, and in production of beverages, the main gas produced was CO2. However, certain bacteria which grow anaerobically on cellulosic material produce large amount of methane along with CO2 and H2. These bacteria are collectively called the methanogens, and one such common bacterium is Methanobacterium. Now, where we can find these bacteria? These bacteria are commonly found in the anaerobic sludge during sewage treatment, and these bacteria are also present in the rumen of cattle. Rumen is a part of stomach of cattle. As we know that a lot of cellulosic material is present in the food of cattle, which would be also present in the rumen. In rumen, these bacteria help in the breakdown of cellulose and play an important role in nutrition of cattle. Cellulose is a polysaccharide, and these bacteria help in the digestion of cellulose. Thus, the excreta, which is dung of cattle, commonly called gobar, is rich in these bacteria. That's why the dung can be used for the generation of biogas, commonly called gobar gas. And do you think can we human beings are able to digest this cellulose present in our food? No, we are not able to digest the cellulose present in our food because we don't have this kind of bacteria in our body. Now we will see the construction of a biogas plant. The biogas plant consists of a concrete tank 10-15 feet deep in which biowaste are collected and slurry of dung is fed. मतलब एक कंक्रीट टैंक बनाएंगे हम 10 to 15 फीट डीप. उसमें हम बायोवेस्ट लाइक वेजिटेबल वेस्ट, fruit waste from our houses, and we will add cow dung in it. A floating cover is placed over the slurry which keeps on rising as the gas is produced in the tank due to microbial activity. जो हम उसके ऊपर फ्लोटिंग कवर रखेंगे वो राइज होता जाएगा जैसे जैसे गैस प्रोड्यूस होती जाएगी बाय द माइक्रोब्स. हम अब इस बायोगैस को यूज़ कैसे करें? फॉर दिस पर्पज़ द बायोगैस प्लांट हैज़ एन आउटलेट विच इज़ कनेक्टेड टू अ पाइप टू सप्लाई द बायोगैस टू नियर बाय हाउसेज. बायोगैस प्लांट में एक आउटलेट भी होती है जो एक पाइप से कनेक्ट होती है टू सप्लाई दैट बायोगैस टू आवर हाउसेज. द स्पेंट स्लरी इज रिमूव्ड थ्रू अनदर आउटलेट एंड मे बी यूज एज फर्टिलाइजर्स. जो नीचे टैंक में जो बच जाएगा बायोवेस्ट उसको हम एज अ फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज़ कर सकते हैं. As we all know that cattle dung is available in large quantities in rural areas where cattle are used for variety of purpose, so biogas plants are more often built in rural areas. The biogas thus produced is used for cooking, lighting, etc. Do you know that the technology of biogas production was developed in India mainly due to the efforts of Indian Agriculture Research Institute and Khadi and Village Industries Commission? Microbes as biocontrol agents. Biocontrol refers to the use of biological methods for controlling plant disease and pest. It means we are using some useful microbes to kill the harmful microbes which causes the plant disease. In our modern society, these problems have been tackled increasingly by the use of chemicals, by the use of insecticides, pesticides, and these chemicals are toxic and extremely harmful to human beings as well as to the animals also. And they have been also causing pollution to our environment like soil pollution, ground pollution, water pollution. and our soil is polluted through the use of weedicides to remove the weeds. मतलब हमारी soil polluted होती जा रही है जो हम किसकी वजह से, जो हम weedicides use करते हैं weeds को remove करने के लिए. Contrary to the conventional farming practices which often use chemical methods to kill both useful and harmful life forms indiscriminately, use of microbes is a holistic approach. Thus, the use of biocontrol measures will greatly reduce our dependence on toxic chemicals and pesticides. For examples, we are very familiar with the beetle with red and black markings, and we called it as ladybug, and this ladybug is useful to get rid of aphids. And we have also seen dragonflies, and these dragonflies are used to kill mosquitoes. An example of microbial biocontrol agents that can be introduced in order to control butterfly caterpillars is the bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis. We often write it as BT. These bacteria are available as dried spores which will be mixed with water, and then we will spread onto vulnerable plants like brassica and fruit trees, where these bacteria were eaten by the insect larvae. Now what will happen to the larva? In the gut of larvae, the toxin is released and the larvae get killed. The bacterial disease will kill the caterpillars but leave the other insects unharmed. By the development of methods like genetic engineering, the scientists have introduced the Bacillus thuringiensis toxin genes into the plants. Such plants are resistant to the attack by insect pests, for example, Bt cotton. Next is Trichoderma fungus. This is used for the treatment of plant disease. This fungus is a free living fungi and very common in the root ecosystem. ज़्यादातर हमें ये roots में ही पाई जाती हैं, and they are the effective biocontrol agents of several plant pathogens. Next one is baculovirus. Baculovirus are the pathogens that attack insects and other arthropods. The majority of baculovirus used as biological control agents are in the genus Nucleopolyhedrovirus. This is its gene, and this is a major gene of baculovirus. These viruses are excellent candidates for species specific narrow spectrum insecticidal application. Means कि ये जो specific species होती हैं सिर्फ उनको ही kill करता है, ये बाकी सभी को harm नहीं पहुंचाता. जितने भी insects वहाँ पर present हैं plant के ऊपर, ये उनको harm नहीं पहुंचाता. ये कुछ specific species होती हैं insects की, उनको ही harm पहुंचाता है. They have been shown to have no negative impacts on plants, mammals, birds, fish, and even non-target insects. जो non-target insects होते हैं ये उनको भी harm नहीं पहुंचाता. And this is especially desirable when beneficial insects are being conserved, and it aids in an overall integrated pest management program. And when an ecological sensitive area is being treated, then we will use these kind of baculoviruses. Microbes as biofertilizers. With our present daily lifestyles, environmental pollution is a major cause of concern. The use of chemical fertilizers to meet the ever-increasing demand of agricultural produce has contributed significantly to this pollution. Of course, now we have realized that there are problems associated with the overuse of chemical fertilizers, and there is a large pressure to switch to the organic farming. And organic farming means the use of biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are the organisms that enrich the nutrient quality of the soil. Means biofertilizers वो organism होते हैं जो हमारी soil की nutritions को बढ़ाते हैं, उसको enrich करते हैं. The main source of biofertilizers are the bacteria, fungi, and cyanobacteria. You have studied about the nodules on the roots of leguminous plants formed by the symbiotic association of rhizobium bacteria. Now, what will these bacteria do? These bacteria fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the organic forms, which is used by the plant as nutrient. There are also other bacteria which can fix the atmospheric nitrogen while free living in the soil. For example, Azospirillum and Azotobacter. These bacteria are free living bacteria. These are not in symbiotic form, and they also enrich the nitrogen content of the soil. Next is fungi. Fungi are also known to form symbiotic association with plants. and what we call to this association, that is mycorrhiza. Many members of genus Glomus form mycorrhiza. एंड इस एसोसिएशन में फंगस और प्लांट को क्या बेनिफिट होगा? द फंगल symbiote in these association absorb phosphorus from the soil and passes it to the plant. वो phosphorus को absorb करेगी और plant को दे देगी. And the plants having such association show other benefit also, such as resistance to root-borne pathogens, tolerance to the salinity and drought, and an overall increase in plant growth and development. Cyanobacteria are the autotrophic microbes widely distributed in aquatic and terrestrial environments, many of which can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Cyanobacteria भी aquatic में पाए जाते हैं और terrestrial environment में भी होते हैं, and they also fix the atmospheric nitrogen. For example, Anabaena, Nostoc, etc. In the paddy fields, cyanobacteria serve as a important biofertilizers. हमारे जो राइस होती है उसकी फील्ड में साइनोबैक्टीरिया एक इम्पोर्टेंट बायोफर्टिलाइजर्स का रोल प्ले करता है. ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गे ऑल्सो एड ऑर्गेनिक मैटर टू द सॉइल एंड इंक्रीज इट्स फर्टिलिटी. ब्लू ग्रीन एल्गे भी एक तरह का साइनोबैक्टीरिया ही होता है, वो भी क्या ऑर्गेनिक मैटर को ऐड करता है सॉइल में एंड इंक्रीजेज इट्स फर्टिलिटी. Currently, in our country, a number of biofertilizers are available commercially in the market, and farmers use these regularly in their fields to replenish soil nutrients and to reduce the dependence on chemical fertilizers. Thank you so much, guys.